Okay, this is a typical 3-digit by 1-digit division problem that we'll be working for the next couple of weeks. There are many ways to solve this problem. There are also many ways they'll see the problem. Probably the most difficult way to see this is in written form. 269 pieces of candy separated into 3 bags. They might see it as 269 sandwiches being shared to 3 locations, or it could be anything. So they then can write it out in various ways. They can write it out as 269 standard sentence form divided by 3, and they can write it out in standard, what we call the standard method form, which is 269 divided by 3. And because of computers now, we also see 269 divided by 3. And this is really important because really any division problem is just a fraction. 269 thirds. Okay. All right, so let's get into the ways to solve this problem. At the very lowest level, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but just at the very lowest level, at the least conceptual level, I need 269 things. I'm going to put them into 3 boxes. All right. Now, most kids nowadays can figure out, by this age, can figure out that I can use these things we call 10 blocks. And so I'll draw them out here. We draw them out like this. They're a block like that. We also have a block of 10 of them like that for 100. We have a cube of them. For 1,000. And then we just have a single one of them for 1. So 1, 10, 100, 1,000. Okay. And the easiest way to draw this is just a line or a dot. And so let's do this. We start out with 269 of these, and I need to put them into these 3 boxes. So let's start with 10 at a time, because I can't put 100 of them in there. 100 plus 100 plus 100 is 300, and that's too much. So let's put 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270 is too much. So I'm going to scratch that one out and scratch that one out and scratch that one out. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tens. Okay. That is 240 is what we got to when we stopped counting. I'll subtract that from here just to make it easy to see. I have 29 ones that I have to place in here still. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I can't do any more, so I'm going to stop there. That was 27 I got up to. And I'll subtract that. 2. 2 is less than the 3. I'm going to put the 3 there just so I remember what I'm working with. 2 is less than 3, so obviously I'm going to have a remainder of 3. I'm sorry, a remainder of 2. So my problem is going to be 269 divided by 3 equals 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with a remainder of 2. Now, if these were pizzas or something like that, I could take those 2 pizzas and I could divide them into thirds, right? So if I had a pizza like that, I could divide it into thirds. And I could put 1/3 here and 1/3 here and 1/3 here. And I could take the other pizza and do the same thing. And so this would then become 2/3 of a slice in there, and 2/3 of a slice in there, and 2/3 of a slice in there. But we were talking about candy, and so we have 2 leftover pieces of candy. And since I was the guy that had to divide them in there, I get to eat those 2 pieces. Okay. That's the lowest level. One step up from this. Notice it looks similar. 269 divided by 3, same problem. Still have my 3 boxes, okay? The difference is that instead of representing with these things, now I'm going to represent symbols. Symbols is in numbers, okay? I need to put 3 things in here. If I count by hundreds, 100, 200, 300, that's too much. Half of 100 is 50. So 50, 100, 150. I can do that. Okay, and I just subtract it, because I've already used up 150 of them. Now 150 is more than 119, so I can't do the 50 again. Let's see. Well, 25 is easy. I can count by 25. 25, 50, 75. Did I get it right? Yep. Okay. Look at that. That looks like I could do 10. Let's count by 10. I like easy numbers, by the way. You'll notice I do 10s and 5s and things like that. So 10, 20, 30, 'Can't do 10 again. How about 5? 5, 10, 15. Can't do 15. 1 less than 5 is 4. So let's do that. 4, 8, 12. Okay. A remainder of 2. Let's add these up. So 50 plus 25 is 75, plus 10 is 85, plus 4 is 89, equals 89. All I did was add these down. 5 plus 4 is 9, 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 1 is 8. 89, and my remainder is 2. The difference between this way and this way is I just represented my numbers with numbers, symbols versus objects. Okay, let's talk about Miss Skinner's method, as many of the fourth graders are calling this. Now we get into a method that is really seen a lot in 5th grade. $269. I'm going to put the 3 right here. I'm going to put a multiplication sign right there just so it's obvious to what we're doing. Okay. Now, this, I'm trying to figure out 3 times what equals something. Okay. I know that 3 times 5 equals 15. Right. I also know that if I multiply anything times 10, I increase its place value by 1. So I'm going to put a 15 right here because 3 times 5 equals 15, but 3 times 50 then equals 150. Okay? 3 times 5 equals 15. 3 times 50 equals 150. And if you remember looking over here, we did exactly that. Okay? So 3 times 50 equals 150, and I'm going to subtract that from here. Okay, now I'm trying to find something that fits in here. And let's see, how about 3 times 3 equals 9. Okay, of course that means that 3 times 30 equals 90. All right, we'll do the same thing again. Okay. Could almost do 3 times 10 because that would be 30, but I can't because, that's not there. But I could do 3 times 9. See, I know that 3 times 10 equals 30, so 1 less than that would be my answer. So I'm going to do 3 times 9. 3 times 9 is 27. Okay. That's less than that, therefore that's my remainder. So my answer to this problem is, we really have to make sure that kids know that they always have to write out their problem and answer. 50 plus 30 is 80, plus 9 is 89, remainder 2. And I say, but we have to make sure they write out their answer. I see them get to this point and they stop. This isn't the answer, this is their work. Yes, as a teacher, I could look at this and say, yeah, they figured it out, but they haven't done this last step. I don't know that they can get there. I know they know how to do the steps. Okay, let's talk briefly about multiplication tables. Every quarter I sent home the mid-quarter report card thing. I hate doing them. You probably hate getting them and hate receiving them. But for many of you, it says that they should work on their multiplication tables. And this is the reason why. Knowing your tables makes this kind of thing easy. I'm really weak on my 7s, for example. And so if I wanted to do 7, I'd write down 7, and then I'd keep working my way down. So 3s. I know I'm going to be multiplying by 3, so I'll 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. So what I just did is we can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 1 through 12 multiplication table times 3. Okay? And so 1 times 5 is 15. 1 times 3 is 9. I'm sorry, 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 9 is 27. So if I start here, if I'm weak on a number, I'll start doing that way. Okay, last method I'll show. This is truly the 6th grade method, but these kids are absolutely capable of this. So I talk about putting the work in the house. So here's the guy sitting on the couch. He is watching television, drool coming out of his mouth because he doesn't do any work. Everybody's doing the work for him. The guy doing the work is always the guy that's the smallest guy. All right? So 269 divided by 3. In the house, out of the house, doing the work. Okay, 269 divided by 3. This is the one, if you're as old as I am, this is the way we were taught to do this. Okay, we can't divide into 2. 2 divided by 3 doesn't work, so we're looking at the 26. Now, conceptually, we're looking at the 26. We're really looking at 260 divided by 3. 26. So let's look at our table here that we just did. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. That's greater than 26, so I can't use that one. 24. This was 8 times. So my answer is 8. And 8 times 3 is 24. The advantage of knowing my multiplication tables is I wouldn't even have to check that. Now, my teachers always said you're going to do this, subtract, and bring down. But the reality we just did is this is 80 times 3. And 80 times 3 is 240. And then I do my subtraction. This is 9. This is 2. That's nothing. Okay. Then I don't have to worry about this stuff about bringing stuff down. Okay. Now, I'm trying to divide into 29. 18, 21, 24, 27. 30 is too big, so I go back to here. This was 9 times. So this is a 9. That's 27. 2 is less than 3, so I can't divide anymore. That's my remainder. And we have the answer. In this case, the kids don't have to go back and write out their problem because in doing their work, they've already done it. This is how we did it in 2nd, 3rd grade. This is how we do it in 3rd, 4th grade. This is a 5th grade method. This is a 6th grade method. If you look carefully, you will see these numbers all stay the same. 240, 29. It's just subtraction over and over again. Because multiplication is repeated addition, division is repeated subtraction. Hope this helps.